height. You ready to dance? That's fantastic! Let's go then! Some things are big, some things are small, some things are long and some things are short. Big, small, long, short. Grab your tape measure, measure them all. Start from 0! A meter is long as a desk. Try measuring yours, put it to the test. Now try a pencil, they are quite short. You centimeters, mine's 24. Centimeters! Some things are big, some things are small, some things are long and some things are short. Big, small, long, short. Grab your tape measure, measure them all. Start from 0! Imagine a giant as tall as the sky. Measure in meters, 50 meters high. Or down on the ground, look at your shoe. You centimeters, mine's 22. Centimeters! Some things are big, some things are small, some things are long and some things are short. Big, small, long, short. Grab your tape measure, measure them all. Start from 0! Now have a guess at things you can see. How tall is that dog? How high is that tree? A house is much taller than you or me, but we are much longer than a buzzy bee. Big, small, long, short. Some things are big, some things are small, some things are long and some things are short. Big, small, long, short. Grab your tape measure, measure them all. Start from 0! Big, small, long, short. Some things are big, some things are small, some things are long and some things are short. Big, small, long, short. Grab your tape measure, measure them all. Start from 0! Big, small, long, short.
The meter is the base unit of length used in the majority of the world. But it took a long time for people to agree on just how long it should be. Measurements of length were originally based on the human body, like the length of a foot or the span of a hand. This could lead to confusion, as these lengths varied from person to person. In ancient Egypt, the base unit of length was a cubit, a measurement that varied depending on the length of a person's forearms, hands, and palms. To avoid these variations in length, the Egyptians created a standard royal cubit. Copies of this cubit were produced in granite and distributed to standardize measurement. This system allowed construction to flourish in the region. Similar systems developed around the world, but they tended to be specific to a region, making trading difficult. By the 18th century, in France alone, there were over 800 different names for measures. The variances in these measures meant there were around 250,000 different units of measurement. A standard measurement needed to be found: the meter. It was decided that the meter should be a length that was the same the whole world over. A meter would be 1/10,000,000th of the distance from the North Pole to the equator. This was calculated using trigonometry, and an official meter bar was created in Paris in 1795. Using the decimal system, other lengths could be calculated simply from the new meter.
What is a metre? A metre is a unit of length. We can measure metres using a metre stick like this. This ruler is 1 metre long, which is the same as 100 centimetres. We write 1 metre as 1 m. The plant is about 1 metre tall. That's the same as 100 centimetres. The girl is taller than 1 metre. And the bicycle is shorter than 1 metre. "100 centimetres is the same as 1 metre. 200 centimetres is the same as 2 metres. 300 centimetres is what? Can you continue this pattern right the way up to 10 metres? How many centimetres would 10 metres be? Press pause as you complete this task and remember to take a picture of it and load it to Google Classroom.
Hello, Snoot. What's that you're driving? I see. You hired a go-kart from the intergalactic market. Hello, Finn. What an impressive car. On Earth, that's called a limousine. It's a lot longer than Snoot's go-kart, isn't it? How long is it exactly? I've got an idea. You can estimate the length in steps. The go-kart is 10 steps in length, and the limousine is 30 steps in length. 30 is 3 times 10. That makes the limousine 3 times longer than the go-kart. I know, Snoot. Counting things out in steps isn't very accurate. It just gives you an estimate of how long things are. If you want to know exactly, you'll have to use a tape measure. On Earth, we use centimetres to measure quite small lengths, like the width of a tyre or the diameter of a wheel. And we use metres to measure longer lengths, like the length of a car. So, according to the tape measure, Snoot's go-kart is 2 metres long, and Finn's limousine is 6 metres long. 6 is 3 times 2, so your estimates were right. The limousine is 3 times longer than the go-kart. Hello, Plimble.
Hello.
I see you hired a monster truck. I think we're going to need a bigger tape measure.
Using a metre stick, measure your door at home. Can you name an item that is bigger than your door and one that is smaller? Draw a picture of each. Then look around your home and find 3 things that you would measure with a ruler and 3 things that you would measure with a metre stick. Draw each of those items in the correct part of the table. Take a picture to show us how you have sorted these items. This table shows things that are less than a metre and things that are more. Which ones do you think were measured with a ruler and which were measured with a metre stick?